Good evening. Let me try that again. In my house and my family, when somebody speaks to you, you gotta speak back with some enthusiasm. Good evening. Good evening and welcome officially to the first generation graduation ceremony here. Please give yourselves a round of applause for being here. What a wonderful, beautiful, amazing space to be in to celebrate something that's so exciting. I love graduation season. I love it. My name is Norris Chase, and I have the wonderful pleasure of not only being first gen, but serving as the inaugural director for the LSA First Generation Commitment, which is a new program inspired by this one to build out more support for LSA students. It's really important for me to see who's in the building. There are a lot of colleges, people, babies, family members, siblings, faculty and staff, alums. And so I always like to do a call and response. Let's start, first and foremost, with our parents and family members. If you're a family member or a parent, please make some noise. Thank you all for being here. We all know that this is your degree. If you are a faculty or staff member at the University of Michigan, please make some noise. Shout out to y'all. Y'all were louder than I thought. Get some energy in here. If you are an alum of the University of Michigan, please make some noise. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You better get excited. If you are a current student, make some noise. Let me reframe that. If you're a current student who is not graduating this Saturday, make some noise. All right, last but not least, if you are graduating in the class of 2025 or you graduated before but you're here tonight to celebrate and be recognized, please make some noise. Where the babies at? Let's give the babies an opportunity to make some noise. Any kids in the house? Woo! All right, there we go. There we go. This is a family affair. I would have brought my 6-year-old if I had known, and he would be right up here with me. Last year, I had the opportunity to attend my first generation graduation ceremony when I came to this very event. I've been in higher ed for 15 years, and last year was my first time seeing this, and I walked away like, wow, they are really recognizing first generation students at the University of Michigan. I also had a chance to learn about the graduation culture here. I met a student last year. I said, congratulations, she's graduating. I saw her with her stuff on. She was taking pictures. I said, when is graduation? She said, I'm going to 3 of them. I said, 3 of them? Are you graduating with 2 different degrees? She said, no, I'm going to this graduation and this graduation. I said, they're doing it different there at the University of Michigan. And then I asked the proverbial question that I keep asking in this role. And I said, wait, are you first in your family? Are you first gen? She said, yeah. I said, you need to go to 10 of them. You need to go to more. Every class you took, go to that graduation. Every faculty member you met, go to that graduation. Every place you went to, met, any place, go to all of the graduations. Because this experience is that important for us to celebrate. But on a more serious note, can we all agree that it's been a lot going on? Can we agree to that? Not only in the world, the United States, the region, in the industry, on campus. It's a lot going on. So parents, students too, when you all celebrate today, when you all think about this experience, please, let's focus and be free in your celebrations. At the graduations, they're gonna tell you all to wait until your student's name is called. I always go against that and keep clapping afterwards. We deserve over-the-top recognition and celebration. I got a few things I have to do. and I want to apologize or preempt you in advance. Whenever I'm speaking publicly with people, I speak from my mother's tongue. That's Black English, Ebonics, slang, or as J. Cole would say, the slang that I speak don't change that I'm deep. That's a philosopher, one of my favorites. Parents, if you haven't heard of J. Cole, you should Google it. The University of Michigan today is recognized as a first-generation forward institution, meaning that we are among the leaders across the nation in celebrating and acknowledging first-generation students and their accomplishments. But this was not always the case. The student organization that focused on first-generation support was the first in the nation to start here at the University of Michigan in 2007. We are here because of their legacy. We are here because of the legacy of student activism, like so many other places. We are also here based on the great work of OWAMI. Can we please take a moment to give a round of applause to OWAMI, all of their great work in this space. I have a few other people I have to acknowledge, and then I'm going to do a land acknowledgement, and then I'm going to go ahead and move forward with our amazing and extraordinary program to honor you tonight. Is that okay? Feeling good with that? Yeah, that's what I'm... First and foremost, I want to shout out Tara Mollengrath for her work in organizing this amazing program and event. Can we please give her a round of applause? Lexi is somewhere around here. Can we shout out Lexi as well? Can we give a shout out to, and I was raised right, so I'm gonna take time to acknowledge the people who need to be acknowledged, and then we're gonna move on with the program. Is that okay? All right, I don't wanna get in trouble when I get down. Can we acknowledge the entire, again, Office of Academic Multicultural Initiatives, or WAMI, throughout this entire year? You all have made it look so easy navigating transitions, but we know it's not. So the entire department, all of the staff, could we just take a moment to acknowledge them in this space? I'm gonna go fast. Sharon, Hector, interim directors, thank you for your work. The first generation graduation was held in a pool hall and then later in 2 faculty members' house. Dr. Dwight, Dr. Sylvia Lang in the back, please raise your hands. Can we acknowledge and recognize them? These were the 2 first faculty members that hold first generation support for students in their home. I want to shout out the first generation college students at Michigan Student Organization. I want to shout out the Office of New Student Programs, MESA, Multi-Ethnic Student Affairs Office, the Comprehensive Studies Program, our volunteers today. Where are my volunteers? If you're volunteering today, raise your, shout out to us, all right. I also want to acknowledge our faculty, staff members in the building. I also want to acknowledge Student Life, the Kessler Scholars Program. Any Kessler Scholars in the building? The SOUL Program, Dr. Matthew Sullivan in the back, and he's still okay. The first generation commitment and the student staff members who are part of that. Any first generation commitment, LSA first generation commitment staff? I can thank so many other people, but I want to take a moment to focus on structurally acknowledging and thanking Dr. Robert Sellers and what we know as the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. We'll hear remarks from later, but we wouldn't have this. Dr. Lane told me about the history of this work and where it came from, and his work was really pivotal to having the Gateway, which is now a central space for first generation students. All right. I think I've thanked enough people today. I want to thank my supervisor who is not here. She's not feeling well today, Dr. Jocelyn Johnson, who's been an amazing champion for this work. I now have the opportunity to transition into the land acknowledgement, and then I get to introduce our welcome remarks speaker, someone who does not need any introduction at all. The University of Michigan is located on the territory of the Anishinaabe, what she said, people. In 1817, the Ojibwe and the Ottawa nations made the largest single land transfer to the University of Michigan, which ceded the Treaty of Fort Mage so that their children could be educated. We have to, rightfully so, acknowledge the native displacement that allowed the University of Michigan to be founded. We also want to reaffirm the ancestral and contemporary ties that the land has to these profound communities and their contributions to this institution. Let's start the celebration. Say it differently, let me shut up and get to who's next. It gives me great pleasure to introduce my Vice Provost for Equity and Inclusion and Chief Diversity Officer, Dr. Tabby Chavis, who will deliver our welcome remarks. Dr. Chavis is the Vice Provost for Equity and Inclusion and the Chief Diversity Officer at the University of Michigan. She's also a professor of education and a professor of psychology. Dr. Chavis has held multiple leadership roles at the department, college, central administration levels for almost 25 years at the University of Michigan. Most recently, she was the director of the National Center for Institutional Diversity and Associate Dean for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion in the College of Literature, Science, and Arts. Prior to that, Dr. Chavis served as the Associate Vice President for Research, the Associate Dean for Academic Programs and Initiatives in the Rackham Graduate School, and Chair of the Combined Program in Education and Psychology. Across all of her roles, the value of diversity, equity, and inclusion has been central to her leadership approaches and practices and infused throughout the entire university across initiatives, programs, and practices. Based on her academic and scholarly work and leadership impacts, Dr. Chavis has been called on locally, nationally, internationally to consult and collaborate in efforts to broaden access, participation, retention, and thriving in higher education. More broadly, in fields such as science, technology, mathematics, and engineering. These efforts on all levels of the academy, undergraduate and graduate, impact graduate students, postdoctoral scholars, and faculty. What you all should know is Dr. Chavis is also a lover of sharks. Her favorite show is Sharknado. Is that how you say it, Sharknado? Is that it? I did some research on sharks, and they are fascinating. Shark Week, did Shark Week pass already? Shark Week pass? All right, Shark Week. Please help me on more seriously. Welcome someone who needs no introduction to the stage, Dr. Tabby Chavis.
I have watched Sharknado, but Jaws is actually the best movie on earth. But, yeah. So, yes, lesson learned, don't follow Nora's chase. Good evening, everyone. So he taught you well. I'm so honored to be with you today as we recognize our graduates and celebrate the graduation of our first generation student community here at the University of Michigan. This annual celebration reflects the history of activism by first generation college students to pursue opportunity and access through education. This event celebrates the commonalities and differences that characterize the experiences of first generation college students, and it serves as an example of the excellence and innovation first generation college students bring to our community. For many of our graduates, as well as our families and friends, this event is a part of a series of graduations, from the 3 commencements to the potentially 52 commencements that you could go to. From the campus-wide commencement at Michigan Stadium, which I hope that you enjoy, to the various departmental and college-specific events throughout the week. I hope that you are fully embracing and enjoying all of these moments. They will go fast because they all celebrate your significant achievement. My heartfelt congratulations go out to all of you. I also wish to extend my appreciation, and you'll hear this a lot this evening, to the people who made this happen, which are, of course, the graduates, but to the parents, family members, friends, and support networks of our graduates. This indeed is for you. Whether they are here with us this evening, have traveled from afar, or sending their love and congratulations from a distance, this evening is a celebration not just of your individual contributions and accomplishments, but also of the collective achievements and support of your loved ones. It is crucial to acknowledge and honor that. Thank you, families, friends, and support networks. Including this one right here. As you prepare to leave the campus and step into a world that feels, right now, sometimes at times, more fractured than whole, I want you to pause and recognize what you have accomplished, not only academically, which is a lot, but in how you've chosen to show up in this place. Many of you brought your full selves to institutions that were not built with your stories in mind. Many of you made space, not just for yourselves, but for those coming behind you. You took advantage of the numerous opportunities here to learn and grow academically, professionally, and personally. And in doing so, you changed yourselves, but you also changed the University of Michigan for the better. Graduation is a moment of significant transition. Transitions can feel exciting and uncertain. What's next? Whether you're moving to a new city, starting a new job, going to grad school, or still figuring things out, you are entering a different season of life. And these moments of change have a way of testing us, even positive changes. So when you feel tested, I want to just offer briefly, because we're going to get on to celebrating you, 3 habits or tools, what I call tools for resilience. And these are tools that have kept me rooted no matter what the circumstance. First, know your values and protect them. During your time at U of M, you've learned to listen to new ideas, to sit with discomfort, and to grow from it. Carry that openness with you, but let your values anchor you. A life rooted in values, equity, integrity, compassion, what can weather any storm. Your values will be your guide when the road gets blurry. Second, build and nurture community. Community is more than just who we live near or who we work with. It's who we call when we're struggling, who we celebrate with, who holds us accountable to our best selves. The friendships and networks that you formed here, whether through classes, student organization, residence halls, or late night study sessions, are part of that foundation. These bonds can be sources of resistance in a world that often tries to isolate and divide us. Third, take action. You might look around at the challenges facing our society, racial injustice, economic inequality, threats to truth and democracy, and it may feel like your voice is too small to take on these huge issues. But history tells us a different story. It's told through the courage of individuals who dared to speak up, who organized, who wrote, who researched, who showed up with excellence in whatever they did, again and again. Whether you're heading into education, medicine, business, public service, or the arts and beyond, because we have a lot of choices here, your field and your area of impact needs your voice. Please use it. Let me be clear, the work that is ahead of us is not easy. You already know that. But you've proven already that you have the courage, the insight, and the compassion to lead. You sat in those classrooms and you've pushed the conversation forward. You've held roles in student organizations, you've launched initiatives, and you've shared your truths. You've done it while carrying legacies of resistance and hope. And the future will demand even more of you, and you're ready for it. You carry with you the love, the labor, and the sacrifices of those who made this moment possible. That's a strength. And you carry the promise of what is still to come. Graduates, I want you to know we see you, we celebrate you, and we believe in what you will create. We need your brilliance, we need your voices, and we need your informed leadership. Please go forward with pride, with purpose, and a deep belief that you have the power to build a more just and inclusive world. And while you're at it, please remember joy and having fun. Congratulations, class of 2025, and go blue.
The First Generation Celebration Committee would like to take a moment to honor Dr. Tabby. As Vice Provost for the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, you've done so much for the student communities here at the University of Michigan. Your advocacy and commitment to first-generation college students and their communities have made Michigan a more accessible place for us all. We appreciate and we thank you. In recognition of your work, I would like to give you a first-generation stole. I hope it brings to your mind the impact of our community. It represents the legacy that first-generation college students bring to the University of Michigan and beyond.
This is an administrative, so we've got several chairs that are interspersed, and we've got some people who are standing. So before we call in more chairs, if you have a spare chair next to you, can you raise your hand? Okay, so for the people who are sitting back here, if you're students, you can sit anywhere. This is just a dismissal, so I encourage you to filter in and sit into some of these chairs if you wish, but if not, then we will also call in more chairs. So, thank you.
I appreciate you all continuing to hold your hands up. That's a sign of community right there. My shoulder is hurting watching you. Thank you, Dr. Chavis, for your kind words and your motto of leadership. Really appreciate you. Now it is my pleasure to welcome tonight's keynote speaker, Aiden Sova. Aiden grew up in a low-income, single-parent household in Jackson, Michigan. Inspired by the support of an entire community and mother's care, he decided to dedicate his life to service. He worked many internships, assistant opportunities, and hourly jobs to prepare for the professional world in hopes of one day giving back to Southeast Michigan. Any Southeast folks representing today? Represent. He is now a regional product lead of AI-powered ads at Google. Yes, you all can Google him. I tried it. Previously, he led the Big Ten Student Government Association as executive director and served as a human rights commissioner for the city of Ann Arbor. He also contributed to the state of Michigan's coronavirus task force on racial disparities and a growing Michigan Together Council work group on infrastructure. Aiden is the trustee and vice president of the Ann Arbor District Library, making him the youngest ever Black person elected to any office in city history. Can we take a moment to acknowledge that? As a lover of libraries, thank you for your service. Currently, he is also an emerging leaders council member for the Legal Services Corporation and community advisor to Grow Jackson. He is a recipient, getting ready to list up all these wonderful awards, of the City of Jackson Youth Citizen of the Year Award, the State of Michigan's Youth Volunteer of the Year Award, Jackson Black Excellence Award, Jackson 30 and Under Distinction, and the University of Michigan's Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Service Award. Aiden is a first-generation graduate of the University of Michigan, class of 2021, and the University of Pennsylvania, class of 2024. Please help me welcome this outstanding speaker up to the podium to give us our keynote remarks.
Good evening. It reflects poorly on me if you're not excited. Good evening. Thank you. They'll remember that. Good evening to our students, families, faculty, and honored guests. It is a profound honor to stand before you today as we celebrate the University of Michigan's newest class of first-generation graduates. Seeing you all here and ready to embark on this next chapter fills me with immense pride and a touch of familiar, albeit complicated, emotion. Like many of you, the path to an institution like the University of Michigan wasn't always clearly marked, often navigated with a blend of fierce determination, unexpected challenges, and the quiet weight of being first. There's a unique significance in this gathering, a shared understanding that transcends specific fields of study and background. It's the echo of late nights spent deciphering unfamiliar processes, the balancing act of academic rigor and personal responsibilities, and perhaps the feeling like you were a castaway on a lonely island despite the vast ocean of university life. As a first-generation graduate myself, I do not see castaways. I see pioneers. I see trailblazers who have turned uncertainty into achievement, disadvantage into success. Your very existence helped transform this audience into a powerful testament of resilience and aspiration. This venue, this union alone, many of you fought and clawed just to plant your feet here in this space. I know all about this fight because I once did the same. When my mother had me at 18, she scraped together just enough cash to secure a one-bedroom apartment. She had no idea that she would spend close to 20 years in that same shoebox of a home. The two of us lived in the south side of our city, the shared hallways bustling with other tenants, I'll say illegal activities. Porch steps sunken with use and walls so weak that they would shake in reaction to any commotion. Escape thought to be impossible, as minimum wage would not address all bills or enable even a meager rise in fortune. Again, one bedroom that my then teenage mother had insisted be mine as she resigned herself to years of sleeping in the corner of the living room. The severe poverty set forth several palpable issues, such as a lack of funds to wash our clothes, leading to many loads of laundry in the tub, and a continual hunger of spirit that was never satiated. These sad deprivations are important to note, but fairly obvious. There are other intangible considerations of destitution that I struggle to articulate even today. I'm unsure of the exact age, but there came a moment in which I just stopped paying attention to the old bullet holes that peppered the apartment side or the muffled shouts of my neighbors. This heedlessness was best represented in the common path that I would frequently traverse to school, work, back home. School, work, back home. In these walks, there was only the road in front of me, in thoughts of a final destination. Everything else was a faded backdrop of no concern. People, places, and things, a total blurred mess. The capacity of my brain was completely spent, diminished by the daily tribulations one must endure as a low-income youth. As the years slipped through my fingers, I found myself floating, pushed by the current of my own ambition, an unshakable aspiration for something, anything better. So despite an aching tiredness that I could feel in my bones in high school, I led clubs, organize volunteer efforts, and work to increase opportunities for underserved students. Yes, to improve the material conditions of my hometown, but also because the University of Michigan admissions team really likes students who are that involved. We can laugh at that, we all did the same thing. When I arrived on campus, I felt accomplished, a dream finally recognized. But I struggled, and I struggled often. The violent waves of previously suppressed emotion would crash down at unsuspecting times. The undercurrent of scarcity boiled in my mind and bubbled always just under the surface. I had no money. My mother was alone, just an hour away. I was stealing food from the Michigan League, and I was stealing sheets from the community laundry. My classes were difficult, and I couldn't quite figure out pre-calculus. I never did. The path to success felt far. As a first-generation student, I felt like I had no one to talk to and no one who understood. And these hardships prompted an austere loneliness as I attempted to conjure a grand conclusion or generate some meaningful solution. Paradoxically, this profound loneliness was not unique. Mine is just now, quite literally, on central stage. There would be moments in which I would catch glimpses of others struggling as well. A knowing smile as they would collect cans on game day, or the hollowness in their eyes as their credit cards would decline. In my memories, I can still see the twisted faces of these students who often look just like me, fighting for comprehension, security, and well-being. And yet, there was little gathering or unification in the face of this disenfranchisement. There was plainly no room for such connection or activism, as many understandably only held the energy and time to protect their own existence. Hundreds, thousands of students on our campus in our city have experienced the same difficulties as the first generation. A collection of people individually gripped by the loneliness of adversity. This must change. We must come together, organize, and support those marginalized, like me, like you, like us. Soon, you will find yourselves in boardrooms, hiring committees, and places of influence. You are University of Michigan graduates. You might next be on the moon, and that's not a joke either. In these positions of privilege, it is now your moral responsibility to uplift those communities, much like ours. Let me tell you what I mean. As a student, in all of my difficulty, I was desperate for internships, learning opportunities, part-time gigs, anything to get the next bullet on my resume. I eventually applied to be a corporate communications intern at Ford Motor Company. After some months, I was invited to interview in person at the world headquarters in Dearborn. This was it. I felt it. This could be the moment where I could secure an income that would uplift my family out of poverty. On the big day, I put on my nicest set of hand-me-down dress clothes. I grabbed the keys to my rusting 1997 Ford Explorer, and I used my last $10 of credit card debt to fill up my tank for the journey. I started on the highway at a nice and easy 45 miles per hour, mainly because it could not go faster than 45 miles per hour. Anxious to meet the moment, I attempted to dial up the speed just a little bit to 50. With 1 mile to go and 20 minutes until the interview, the front of my car begins to smoke. I stop, I pop the hood, I look. That's smoke. And at this point, panic set in. This was my only chance at mobility. So I turned on the hazard lights, I locked the door, and I ran the remaining 1 mile to Ford Motor Company's world headquarters. I arrived with a suit that is dampened with my own sweat, a crumpled portfolio, and new blisters on my feet. And I met with the hiring manager who, looking at some files, pays absolutely no attention to my appearance. Without looking up, he asked if I was Aiden Sova. I said yes. He then said that his office had attempted to contact me for the last hour, that they read my resume again and found that I was a rising junior, not senior. This internship was only for rising seniors. I couldn't be considered any further, but I was invited and encouraged to apply again next year. At this point, this is not a joke, this is not a sitcom moment, I actually dropped my portfolio on the floor. And I say, please, sir, I ran here. What do you mean you ran here? His eyes darted up from the paperwork. His jaw dropped at the sight of my appearance. I was not looking good. I ran here, sir. I spent my last $10 on gas and somehow my car still couldn't get me here. He was silent for a few seconds before he asked, why didn't you cancel? Why would you do that? Why would you run here? And I said, sir, I don't think I have any other option. We're both quiet. He put his hand on my shoulder and walked me out to a nearby conference room. We talked for hours. I shared about my upbringing, my mother, the things I had seen, work I had done. And I even learned a little bit more about him. His mother was a receptionist. He never knew his father either. He grew up on the wrong side of town, and he always tried his best, but he found college confusing. He had it hard too. At the close of our conversation, he asked me some work-related questions, shook my hand, wished me luck, and walked away. The following week, I received a letter. In it was a personal note from the hiring manager, and it read, we may have been the first generation, but we will not be the last. The next day, I received an offer to spend summer in Dearborn as an intern at Ford Motor Company, $20 an hour, complimentary housing, and a stipend for gas. We can clap. Thank you. You know, that note, that simple sentence that he had written, encapsulates why we are here tonight. It speaks directly to the vital, powerful current running beneath it all. The invisible architecture that, when present, makes stories like mine possible, and when absent, makes them exponentially harder. We often hear the American narrative framed around the idea of pulling oneself up by the bootstraps. It's a potent, enduring image. But as first-generation graduates, you must understand the complexity behind the phrase, better than most. You know that before you can pull on your bootstraps, you need to ensure that you have boots. And you know that the ground isn't always level. You know that there are some people who start the race miles ahead with maps and resources, while we fumble around in the dark. This understanding highlights why creating genuine access and opportunity is so fundamental. It's about ensuring that the bootstrapping narrative can become a reality for more than just the fortunate few. It's about recognizing that a multitude of approaches, perspectives, and experiences are necessary to achieve greatness. And because fostering access and opportunity is so critical to fairness, to progress, and to unlocking the full potential of institutions like this university in our nation, we must acknowledge when actions diverge from those ideals. When we see efforts to shut doors that have only just begun to open, we risk ignoring the very values that first-generation students hold dear. We overlook the persistent systemic inequities that many of you have already overcome. To disregard the identities students hold or the ways systems and structures can make pursuing education difficult is to be misaligned with the potential that you represent. One of the commonalities I see most in first-generation graduates is the desire to give back to their communities immediately, to make it easier for those who come after them. This drive is the Michigan legacy. These students, the students who challenge our university to do better, and our alumni like you who hold the Michigan University to a standard of paving the way for people who have not yet had the same opportunities, those people, you, are our legacy as well. Here, as the University of Michigan prides itself on being leaders and best, we must understand that leaders champion fairness, and the best embrace the full spectrum of talent. True leadership requires protecting and advancing the pathways that allow for diverse talents to flourish, not just because it is right, but because it is essential to our excellence. As you venture forward into your careers, your communities, your future, remember those that will follow in your footsteps. You've already cleared the path. Now help usher them along. Use your voice, your skills, your position, whatever it may be, to ensure that the doors of opportunity swing wider, that the playing field becomes more level, that the promise of potential realized is available to all, regardless of background or generation. Your success achieved against the odds is proof of why this matters. You are the catalyst for expanding this opportunity. You, the first generation graduates of the University of Michigan, are the living embodiment of possibility and future of the Michigan legacy. And with that, I'll leave you with a congratulations to our Wolverines, congratulations to the true leaders and best, and congratulations to the class of 2025. Go Blue.
Can we give Aiden one more round of applause, please? Not only did he look good coming up here, but the story. Were y'all following that? I was back there like, if I had popcorn, I was like, how's this gonna end? Man, what's that brother, what's his name? I don't know his name, but tell him thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that powerful story with us. And some of the things you were talking about, we academize language around the hidden curriculum, a lot of the things you don't know as your students here. So thank you for elevating the resilience, the ingenuity, the innovation, the thoughtfulness that represents the first generation experience. I would have ran too. Probably not as fast as you, but so thank you for sharing that. Next up, I have the wonderful honor of introducing a member of the 2025 graduating class. It gives me great pleasure to introduce your and our student speaker, Salia Rendon. Salia, yes, round of applause, please. Yes. Salia is a senior in the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts, majoring in political science with a minor in crime and justice. She is a proud recipient of the ABC Greater Houston Chapter Scholarship. During her time at the University of Michigan, she has served as treasurer and historian of the phenomenal Alpha Chapter of Delta Tau Lambda sorority and made history as the first Latina to be crowned Miss Wayne County through the Miss America Scholarship Organization. Thank you all for clapping. We're gonna take our time with this thing. Driven by the passion to serve her community, to empower them, she founded Smart Sense, a financial literacy initiative aimed at equipping students across Metro Detroit with the tools and knowledge to make informed financial decisions. After graduation, she plans to pursue a Juris Doctorate and become an attorney, using her voice and experiences to advocate for justice and equity in underserved communities. Please help me welcome your peer and graduating senior, Salia, to the podium.
Good evening, everyone. I'm already getting emotional and crying, so bear with me. Tonight is so much more than just a ceremony. It's more than just a cap, a gown, or the roll of a diploma. Tonight is a living, breathing testament to sacrifice, to resilience, and to generations of love and labor that carried us here, often without recognition, often in silence. This moment didn't begin with us. It began long before we were even dreams. I stand before you today as the eldest Mexican daughter of a family from Southwest Detroit. But before I was ever born, my story was already being written in the calloused hands of my grandfathers, both immigrants from Mexico who worked hard labor jobs, in the sunburn of my grandmother, who worked as a migrant farm worker, picking crops under the beating sun, driven by the hope that her grandchildren would live a different life. It was written in the strength of my grandma, who was raised in poverty by a single mother, alongside 3 sisters where fortitude was not a choice, but a necessity. My lineage is one of resilience. My grandparents, humble, hardworking, and proud, crossed borders and broke backs, quite literally, so that we could break barriers. I'm the product of teenage parents who, with nothing but love and determination, built a life for me when the world doubted them. We weren't handed opportunity, we carved it with our own hands. Growing up in a community where dreams often get deferred, I learned early on that hope is not naive. It's revolutionary. That ambition is not arrogance, it's survival. And that a simple phrase, si se puede, is not just a chant, it's a lifeline. Yes, it is possible. Yes, we can. That saying didn't just shape my life, it became the heartbeat of my journey. Like many of you, I have carried the weight of expectations. Some whispered, some shouted. I've juggled coursework while working multiple jobs, attending to family obligations and community commitments. There was no roadmap, only a burning sense that I had to make this count. That failure wasn't an option, because I wasn't just doing this for me, I was doing this for us. When I walked onto that stage to compete for Miss Wayne County, I wasn't just chasing a crown. I was, however, chasing that scholarship because I really needed the money to pay for my meal plan. I was stepping into a space no one like me had ever occupied. In 33 years, no Latina had ever held that title. But that night, with trembling hands and a fierce heart, I changed that. And when I waved from the float at Detroit's Cinco de Mayo parade, as the first ever Miss Wayne County to do so, I did it knowing I was not just representing myself, I was representing every young girl who never saw someone like her celebrated in that way. However, milestones and titles are hollow without purpose, and my purpose has always been community. That's why I took that crown into classrooms. That's why I stood before young Latina students and taught financial literacy. Because it's not just about winning titles, it's about making impact. It's about making sure our community knows that knowledge is power, that education is liberation, that we are capable of so much more than what this world often dares to expect of us. And now we find ourselves here, at the edge of something beautiful. Many of us are the first in our families to wear a cap and gown. Many of us did it while working full-time jobs, caring for siblings, and carrying generations of dreams on our shoulders. We are living proof that it's not where you start, it's how fiercely you fight to rise. We didn't follow a blueprint, we became the blueprint. To our families, our mothers, grandparents, siblings, gracias. Thank you for every overtime shift, every prayer whispered in the dark. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for holding us up when we were ready to fall. This moment, this degree, this victory, it's yours as much as it is ours. And to my fellow graduates, Look around. Feel this moment. Let it root yourself in your soul, but don't let it be the end of your story. Let it be the beginning of your revolution. Because we are not just the first, we are the ones who will make sure we are not the last. Tonight, we celebrate not just what we've achieved, but who we are, who we've always been. Congratulations, class of 2025. Si se puede, yes we can, and yes we did.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Can we give Salia one more round of applause? Had me over there about to cry. I can't drop a thug tear out here. Woo, I mess up my makeup. No, I'm just playing. Wonderful illustration of the intergenerational impact that you all are having with this degree. Y'all are becoming a part of your family's history and elevating that as the first. Thank you so much, and congratulations again. Now, are you excited to celebrate our seniors? Woo! We have a couple of traditions that happen at this celebration, which is so important, and I'm so happy you have family here, got babies here, as a symbol of the community that we have to help us get through these spaces. The community, like Salia just talked about, that has supported your time both here at the university and will support you afterwards. You will receive a stole from another first-generation student. At this time, you will see Karen and Abdullah. Where are you? Okay. Need you all to come to the stage. Can we give them a round of applause? This is the president and vice president of the student organization. They've done the hard work of creating experiences and events for you all. They will also be the people who will lay the stoles around your shoulders tonight. We'll have staff members, Katie, Matt, and Zohaib. Where are you? All right, hands over here. So students, they will be assisting you and bringing you all to the stage. This is how this is going to work. Matt, Katie will give you a signal. Everyone in the room will begin lining up over here. Zohaib, or Matt, or Katie. All right, Matt, all right. We'll let you know when it's your turn to come on the stage. We will begin with graduate students and then go to the undergrads. Another first-generation tradition is that the graduates get to thank someone who was important to them and contributed to their success today. This is significant. At the University of Michigan, where so many people and students go to graduation on Saturday and they get a chance to only stand, you will have a chance to come up here and briefly say a few remarks. You will walk to this podium, say your name, what you study, in a brief message of thanks and gratitude. Graduates, there are a lot of you, so please be mindful of your peers and keep your message very brief. You may say thank you to your loved ones, or just simply go blue, or whatever is on your heart. After this message, you will walk over to Karen and Abdullah, and they will place your stole, and you will return to your seat. Family and friends, I know you want to take pictures. Please please make sure you are just keeping the aisles clear. So go ahead and take your pictures. Just don't block. Don't come on the stage and we'll have to get somebody to remove you from the stage on here. Don't try to speak on the mic. Don't do the Kanye West. We don't want that experience. Are y'all ready? All right, let's clap it up. As you all will see on the screen, these are some of the first graduations. The First Generation Student Organization was founded by 5 students as staff members. They are called the Founding Five. You'll see this was, the first graduation was at a pool hall, as I said earlier. The next 2 were at Dwight and Sylvia's house. And I can tell you that the food was so good that the students were angry when they had to transition out of going to Sylvia's house. So to our catering folks, thank you for your service, but I'm sure your food may not be like Sylvia's. Matt, Katie, Zohai, are we ready to get rolling? Graduates, how y'all feeling? Y'all ready? Y'all look good, all right? Y'all look good. Let's get to it.
Hi, my name is Bella Creighton. I majored in elementary education. I would just like to thank my family with a special thanks to my mom because she did raise me as a single mom and she's the best.
Hi everyone, my name is Hennessy and I majored in ecology, evolution, and biodiversity on a pre-vet track. And I'd love to thank my friends and my family. My family's right there, thank y'all, and also my dogs.
Hi guys, I'm Juliet Knight. I studied environmental studies. I just want to thank friends, family, scholarship communities. Thank you, love you guys.
Hi, I'm JC. I studied women's and gender studies, and as a Native American woman, it feels so important to me to be representing the Native community in a space like this, and I wanted to thank my mom.
Hi, I'm Alea Davis. I'm studying sociology, concentrated in law, justice, and social change. And I genuinely want to thank God. I want to thank my family. I want to thank friends. And I want to thank Matt Sullivan so much. Without all of you, it would be nothing. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Enrique, majoring in sociology, minoring in writing. I want to give a shout out to all the students that started here at the university as a transfer student. Shout out to everyone. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jade Rodriguez. I want to thank God first and foremost for getting me through tough times. I'm majoring in biopsychology, cognition, and neuroscience. Forgot to mention that. And I also want to thank my parents for being hardworking immigrants and getting me to where I am today. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Fiorella. I'm a graduate from the School of Nursing, and I just want to take a chance to thank my parents and my sister who just have inspired me every day.
Hi, I'm Tamara. I'm majoring in biology, health, and society with a minor in community action and social change. I want to thank God and I want to thank my incredible mom.
Good evening. My name is Amanya Woods. I'm a graduating junior. Oh, I'm sorry. sorry. I'm a graduating junior majoring in sociology with a minor in law, justice, and social change on the pre-law track. And I want to thank my incredible and supporting family and friends who are here today. Thank you so much.
Hey everyone, it's me again. I'm Celia Rendon. I'm majoring in political science with a minor in crime and justice. And I want to give a special shout out to my mom, Monique Rendon, and my dad, Adrian Rendon. They mean the world to me and I wouldn't be here without them. So thank you.
Hi, my name is Beth Devlin, and I studied English, Museum Studies, and Digital Studies. Mouthful, I know. And I want to thank my parents and my older brother who also went here because that helped out a lot.
Hi, my name is Emma Redder, and I created my own major through general studies. I would like to thank my parents and all my professors at my community college who encouraged me.
Hi, my name is Emily Laffey. My major is Arts and Ideas in the Humanities, and I would like to thank my family who is not here tonight because they have to work.
Hi, my name is Steve Wynn. I'm majoring in data science and minoring in UX design, and I would first like to thank Jesus Christ for helping me through this journey, and my parents, mom and dad, for reminding me to eat and having to what I ate. I'd also, last but not least, I'd like to thank my sister for getting me through the tough times of Michigan engineer.
Hi, I'm Gianna May, major in business, minor in entrepreneurship, and I would love to thank my mom because I would not be standing here today if it wasn't for her.
Hi, my name is LaShonda McLean, and my major is nursing. I will be graduating with my doctorate of nursing practice degree. So, one last thing. I really would like to thank my husband, Christopher, and my two children, Taylor and Kingston. They are not here right now because they have to go to bed. It's a school night, but without them, I would not be successful in anything. So I really would like to thank my three McLeans. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Zainab. I'm a major in biopsychology, cognition, and neuroscience with a minor in Asian languages and cultures. Firstly, I want to thank God, my family, my friends, and also my boss, Norris. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Shakila, and I'm majoring in architecture. I'm thankful for my family and friends for their support. Go Blue!
Hi, I'm Morgan Doyen. I'm majoring in sociology, minoring in urban studies, and I want to thank my papa, my nana, and my mom, Lisa. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Gabby. I majored in sociology and Spanish on a pre-law track. I want to thank my family, my mom and dad, my friend, my bestie Sarai, and Ruby, and Matt, and all the people who helped me throughout my journey.
Hi, my name is Kate Lopez. I studied psychology. I'd like to give a thank you to my family, my friend Irene, and my cat. Thank you for all your support.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mujahidul Islam, and I graduated from doing computer science and had a minor in entrepreneurship. And I'd just like to thank my friends, my family, and my love for being there to support me these past years. It's been very tough. It's been very rough, but we have made it. And yeah, go Blue.
Hi everyone, I'm Mansoor Haq Hamja, and I'm graduating with psychology, and I would like to thank my family, my friends, and my roommate.
Hello everyone, my name is Taslima Rahman. I am graduating from the School of Nursing, and I just want to thank all my friends, family, and everyone that's supporting me here today. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Veronica Roscom. I'm also graduating from the School of Nursing, and I just want to thank my parents, my friends, and all the faculty that helped me through this difficult journey.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Science, and I'd like to thank my friends, my family, and more specifically my dad, who told me todo tiene solución, which translates as everything has a solution, and that's actually carried me to this day.
Hi, my name is Catherine Cram. I'm very on brand for first gen tonight. I came from work, hence the outfit. I'm graduating from the School of Nursing, and I would like to thank all of my family and all of my friends, but especially my dad, who put in the most hours just to get me here.
Hello, I'm Megan Davis. I'm majoring in philosophy with a minor in law, justice, and social change. And I first want to acknowledge God because I'm truly a glitch in the matrix. And I want to thank myself because, boy, it's been tough.
I'm gonna choke up here, but hi, I'm Logan. I'm majoring in chemistry, and I'd like to thank my mom and my stepdad and most of the chemistry professors.
Hi everyone, I'm Amari. I studied environment and ecology, and I'd like to get a lovely thank you to all my friends I met here at university, because without them, I don't think I would have made it through my degree, so thank you.
Okay, hi. I'm Amber Brewer. I'm getting my Master of Public Health in Epidemiology. It's not settled in until right now that I've made it this far, so it's coming out in a bad time. Sorry. So I just want to thank my parents and my grandparents and my sister and my friends in the back row who came with me today.
Hello everyone, I'm Shravani. I'm graduating with Masters in Public Health from Epidemiology as well. I want to thank my parents and my husband who's standing behind to cheer me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is William Sengwa. My major was economics. I want to thank God, my family, Blevin Scholars, and my friend right there, Mike Honey. Thank you.
Hi, I am Peter. I major in business. I would like to thank my parents and my friends, and go Blue.
Hi, I'm Brandon Keys, and I want to thank my son Apollo, my son Sebastian, and my wife Shanita.
Hello, my name is Kurar Hamoudi. I majored in nursing and a minor in global health, and I want to thank the universe. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Autumn. I graduated from the School of Nursing, and I want to thank my mom and my family and the University of Michigan.
Hi, my name is Pedro Chaudhary. I majored in biopsychology, cognition, neuroscience, and I want to thank God, my parents, and my friends. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is UMichAccess&Opportunity, and I just want to thank my family and my friends because without their support, I wouldn't be here today.
Hi everyone, my name is Jasmine. I'm majoring in psychology with a minor in political science. And I'd like to give thanks to my family, my mom, my dad, my sisters, as well as my actual sister, and then every other person that I've come across during my time on campus. And go blue!
Hi everyone, my name is Gabby. I want to first thank my family and my sisters, all the friends I made here at Michigan, and especially my older sister who graduated from U of M in 2022. Forever go blue.
Hello everyone, my name is Bianca. I major in biology, health, and society. I would like to give a big thank you to my parents, my family, friends, and everyone who helped get me here today.
Oh my goodness, I'm so nervous. I'd like to thank God for everything, and my family and friends who supported me, and my line sisters and my sorority sisters, everyone. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Brenda Esquivel Rivera and I major in user experience design. I just want to thank my friends, my family, and then the sorority sisters that made University of Michigan a community. I also really want to thank Hector for always answering every question I have. Hector from Miami, thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Karen and I major in psychology with a sub-major in sociology and social work, and I just want to thank my parents and my sorority sisters and my other sisters too as well. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Monica. I majored in international studies with a focus in international security, and I just wanted to thank my parents. I owe everything I am to them, and a special thanks to my mom for, despite adversities, always made me feel like I had everything I needed.
Hi, my name is Juan Rocho. I'm majoring in I'm getting a master's in public health in general epidemiology with a certificate in public health genetics. I just want to give a shout out to all of my colleagues, friends, and family in attendance, especially to my parents, Jose, Marcia, my brother Nico, and to my partner Gema. Los amo con todo mi corazón.
Hello, my name's Benjamin Isaac. I got my first degree from U of M last year, and I'm getting my master's this year from the Ross School of Business. I'd like to thank the Lord, my 7 siblings who I love very much, and my favorite professor, Martin Katz, and all my friends. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mindy. I studied political science and German, and I'd like to thank my friends, my parents, and my sister Macy.
Hello, my name is Modesra. I majored in psychology. I'd like to thank my mom, my sister, and my nephew who flew all the way from England just for me. I'd like to thank myself for being crazy enough to get a degree at this age. And I'd like to thank you. I'd like to thank my daughter that came, but the biggest honor today for me, this is my son, and I get to receive my stole from my son. So, thank you.
Hi, my name is Michelle Gregory. I'm graduating with a bachelor's in statistics and minoring in Portuguese. And I want to thank myself for getting myself during this hard degree, and Erica Johnson from OMI for supporting me throughout these few years, and yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Chinyere Amasiatu. I studied computer science through the School of LSA. I would like to thank Jesus Christ, my personal Lord and Savior, and I would also like to thank my mom who put me through school. She raised me herself, And despite everything that happened, even throughout college, I just want to thank God for her life, because truly, you need people in this life. So please celebrate. Have a nice day. Bye.
Hi, my name is Haley Morrow. I'm a senior, all of us are, studying psychology, minoring in sociology of health and medicine. And I just really want to thank my sister Lily, all of my friends that I've made, especially within the transfer community and the Transfer Student Center, major shout out. And then I would also really love to thank everyone within the sociology department for all their support, especially Matt Sullivan. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Alana Grace Marie. My major is sociology and my minor is intergroup relations. I would like to thank my friends, my family, also the transfer community, Matt Sullivan especially, and I would like to thank my sisters, Kylie, Mercedes, and Scarlett. I love you.
Hi, my name is Morelia Rosas Martinez, and I would like to thank my family, specific my parents, for getting me through this, and yeah, muchas gracias.
My name is Samantha Smith. I have majored in Asian languages and cultures, and I just want to thank my family for always supporting me.
Hi, my name is Kenzie Adamczak. I want to thank my beautiful family in front of me, my beautiful papa above me, and my wonderful friends that stood behind me, and myself for making it through organic chemistry because I didn't think we'd do it.
Hi everyone, my name is Lena Moalin and I'm graduating with a degree in biomolecular science. I'd also like to first and foremost thank God, and a very close second, I'd like to thank my mom, who's literally my rock, my everything, my support system. I would not have gotten through any of this without her. She's sitting right there in the purple looking really pretty. And I just want to say, Mom, everything like this is because of you, and I love you so much. Thank you for everything, and congrats to everyone here graduating.
Hi, my name is Jason, and I majored in biology and minored in music, and I want to thank my family, friends, and all my mentors who have supported me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Anadelia Gonzalez. I'm majoring in sociology with the focus in law, justice, and social change, and a minor in education for empowerment. And honestly, le quiero dar gracias a mis abuelitos, y a mi mamá, y a mi papá, and to all of my sisters, both my blood sisters and my sisters of Delta Tau Lambda. It takes a village, and I couldn't have done it without all of them.
Hi, my name is Citlali Betzencourt. I'm majoring in American culture with a minor in political science and law, justice, and society, and I want to thank God and my parents.
Hi everyone, my name is Citlali Villagomez. I majored in psychology, minored in human anatomy and physiology, and I'd like to thank my parents and my little brother Enzo. Los quiero mucho.
Hi everyone, I'm Aiden Oldsterk. I majored in sports management in the School of Kinesiology. I'd just like to thank both my parents, specifically my mom. I couldn't be here without her. She's my rock. And I'd like to thank my girlfriend for being here every day with me. Classes were tough, but we made it through. And I want to thank the university for just specifically giving me a chance when nobody else did.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Pejot Jimenez, and I would like to thank my parents for not letting me give up, and my major is physics.
Hello, my name is Jessley Zhu. I'm graduating with a major in physics and a minor in math. I would like to thank my parents, my family, and the wonderful physics department at the University of Michigan for allowing me to be on the stage today. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline Ruvel. I'm a psychology major with a minor in community action and social change. And I want to thank my parents who are right there, and my sisters, Caitlin and Natalie, and my grandpa who passed in November, but I know is still here with me today and this whole week.
Hi, my name is Gail Lyons. I'm getting my master's degree in environmental science. I'd like to say thank you to my mom and my stepdad who are here tonight. They're the two most important people in this journey for me, so thank you.
Hi, my name is Noor Izwani Nazia binti Zulkifli. I'm majoring in computer science with a minor in data science. I would like to thank my parents when able to be here today. I would like to say thank you to my boyfriend who skipped his last shift to be here with me today. And I would like to say thank you to my friends who always support me. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Zadia. I majored in sociology with a minor in Latino studies, and I want to thank my mom, my sister, and my two best friends for supporting me.
Hi, my name is Janelli. I majored in biology, health, and society with a minor in gender and health, and I'd like to thank my family and friends.
Hi, my name is Cassidy Breimer. I studied communications and media and also women gender studies. I'd like to thank my wonderful friends and family, and also specifically my mom for always seeing in me what I struggled to see in myself. Thank you.
Oh gosh. Hi everyone, my name is Robbie Hudzinski. I am studying film, television, media, and business administration. I want to thank my family who couldn't be here tonight, my wonderful friends and faculty who helped me believe that this was all possible, and a promise to all of you all that the next door that I encounter, we talked a lot about that tonight, the next door I encounter, I promise to not just open it, but to bust it down for everyone else. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Arroyo, and I'm majoring in gender and health on the pre-med track, and I would like to thank my family, my friends, and my sisters of Delta Tau Lambda.
Hi, my name is Yasmina Cortez, and I studied chemical engineering. I would just really like to thank my family, my friends and roommates for their endless support. I wouldn't have been able to do anything without them.
Hello, my name is Idalis Chavez. I studied biomolecular science and Spanish. Thank you to my friends and my family for all of their support.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Odali Roman, majoring in psychology, and I would like to thank my friends and family. Gracias por todo y si se pudo.
Hi everyone, my name is Ashley Behringer. I'm getting my bachelor's degree in biomedical engineering, and I'd like to thank, I'm gonna choke up, my family and all of my loved ones that are here, specifically my grandma. I couldn't have done this without you.
My name is Maya. I studied biopsychology, cognition, and neuroscience. First, I'd like to thank the Lord because only He knows what it took to get here. I want to thank my community and in specific my mom because she held it down. And I'm just thankful and blessed to be here.
Hello, hi, my name is Khadija. I am graduating from the School of Dentistry Dental Hygiene program. I am so thankful for my parents, my husband, and my little boy. And yeah, thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Ishrat. I'm majoring in robotics engineering. I just want to start off with thanking God and my mom and dad and my younger brother for always supporting me, and all my friends, especially the one coming up, for being with me for the last 4 years.
Hi everyone, my name is Tasneem and I'm graduating from the School of Information with a user experience design degree. And I'd like to thank God, my parents, family, my friends, and of course my roommate because she just shouted me out. But yeah, thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Amy. I would like to thank my family and the University of Michigan. Go Blue.
Hi, my name is Nanvo. I study biochemistry, and I would like to thank my parents and my friends and everyone who supported me along the way.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Young. I am graduating from the Ross School of Business and also School of Information. I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, and my brother, and my beautiful sister in the back. Thank you, and go Blue.
Hi, my name is Erin. I majored in electrical engineering with a minor in Japanese, and I of course want to thank my parents and family abroad. And I especially want to thank my oldest brother because we're both first generation, but he was the first.
Hello, my name is Kimberly. I'm majoring in psychology with also a minor in Japanese and another one in art. I would like to thank specifically the school for allowing me an opportunity to come here and figure out that I have a lot more opportunities ahead, and also my parents and family.
Hello, my name is Ashley. I majored in aerospace engineering with a minor in physics, and I just want to thank my mom and especially my two little sisters who are 11 and 13. Hopefully this will be easier for you.
Hi everyone, my name is Andrea. I majored in Latino Studies with a minor in chemistry on the pre-dental route. I would like to thank my immigrant parents who are not afraid to leave their country behind and cross the border for me to be here, and to my sisters, both U of M alumni, who showed me the example that being a first generation student is possible. Amaya Pa, ustedes siempre serán mi motor.
Hi everyone, my name is Rachel. I want to thank God, first and foremost. This has not been an easy journey. I want to thank my amazing husband for supporting me through the way. I want to thank the school for giving me the chance. I want to thank my mentors. I want to thank my advisors. I want to thank my friend, especially Olivier and his wife, for guiding me through the way. I want to thank Dr. Ferez from Europe and all the professors. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Haley. I'm graduating with a degree in psychology, and I'd like to thank my mom, dad, and the rest of my family for all of their support, and go Blue.
Hi everyone, my name is Miriam. I'm majoring in biology, health and society and Spanish on the pre-med track, and I would like to thank my parents, siblings, and friends who have given me so much love and support over the past 4 years.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Montoya, and I am majoring in psychology and women gender studies. And I want to thank God first for always hearing my prayers here, because this has been such a long journey for me, especially my junior year. I want to thank my parents, and I want to thank my first college best friend that's about to come in the stage. And I also want to thank all the girls who supported me, because I am a Lash Tech here, and you guys helped me support me to feed myself. So thank you, girls.
Hi, my name is Elaine Garcia, and I double major in economics and Latino studies. I'll also reciprocate that shout out to Jennifer. Make sure to follow her on her page. I want to thank God, my parents, my siblings, and also my skibbity boyfriend who's recording. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth. I'm graduating with a major in biopsychology, cognition, and neuroscience, and with a minor in drama on the pre-med track. I'm really thankful for the U of M community, all my friends, especially my family. I'm really thankful for my mom, who is taking a video right now. I can see your camera, who has drilled in the importance of education to me ever since I could think.
Hi everyone, my name is Katie Keim. I am graduating with a degree in public policy with minors in economic and history. And first and foremost, I want to thank God and my parents and grandparents and my stepmom who set the foundation for my sister and I to be the change for our family. And I want to thank my friends, mentors, and the University of Michigan for giving me a chance.
Hi everyone, my name is Cristian Loredo Duran. I'm graduating from the Ford School of Public Policy. I want to first and foremost thank my community and my family on campus, my parents and my younger siblings. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ella McCalmont. I'm graduating with a degree in psychology with minors in gender and health and education for empowerment with coaching and leadership pathway. I'm most thankful for the University of Michigan women's rugby team here because without them, I couldn't say I'm a two-time national champion from the University of Michigan.
Hi, I'm Ebony Roach. I'm graduating with a degree in mathematics and a minor in music, and I just want to thank my friends and family and mentors along the way, and my roommate back there.
Hi, my name is Alexis Grzykowski, and I studied psychology and economics, and I would love to thank my family and friends for supporting me.
Hello, my name is Desire Peterson. I'm graduating from the School of Communications. I want to give a special shout out to my mom, who has always supported me for who I am as I continue to strive to who I'm destined to be.
Hi, my name is Hunter. I am graduating with my master's in environmental engineering. I'm actually continuing on with my PhD, but I wasn't going to give up this milestone. I'd really like to thank my family and friends, and especially my partner, who bullied me into believing myself when I really needed it the most.
Hi, my name is Jaima. I studied biochemistry and sociology. I want to thank my family and friends.
Hi everyone, my name is Sadia Islam. I'm majored in public health sciences. I would like to first and foremost thank my family and my amazing friends, and for God for blessing me with such an amazing village.
Hello everyone, my name is Anatun Alim. I was just here on the stage 2 years ago, but this time I'm back with my master's in architecture. I'm the first graduate in my family, so it has been a very long and hard journey, but I truly want to thank for the love and support from my family, my friends, my loved ones, and the God Almighty. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Shaib. Graduating with a architecture degree, and just a quick shout out to my brother for making it out here. I'm out in the back, and forever go blue.
Hello everyone, my name is Colleen Vanessa Bello. My major is biology, health, and society. I would like to thank my immigrant mother for coming here and giving me a better life. I would like to thank Michigan Catering in the back, and I would also like to thank my breathtaking line sisters, Ni, Amarilis, and Cynthia for making UMich feel like home. Go blue.
Hello everyone, my name is Anthony Sanchez. I am graduating with a political science degree and a minor in public policy. Quiero darle gracias a Dios por mi familia, por mis amigos, y viva México.
Hi, my name is Jenny Zhao. I'm majoring in biopsych, cognition, neuroscience, and business. I want to thank my parents, my siblings, and everyone who has helped me make me who I am. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Ziang. I'm graduating from the Ross School of Business, and I would like to thank my parents for supporting me through all these years.
Hi everyone, I'm Afshar Deepu. I'm graduating from Ross School of Business as well. I want to thank my parents, my family, and all of my wonderful friends, and especially the office. It helped a lot. And a quick shout out to my boy right there. He reminded me the event wasn't even happening, so I just rushed,
My name is Lisette. I am graduating from the School of Public Policy and the School of Information. I want to give a shout out to my friends, including my friend Ruby, who's here with me tonight, and my wonderful boyfriend for their support during the past 3 years.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm majoring in biopsychology, cognition, and neuroscience. I first want to thank God, my dear mom, and my dear dad through helping me through this difficult challenge as a first gen. And I really want to thank my little sister for coming back home and smiling. It just gives me a lot of hope, and she really means the world to me. And I also want to thank my car for getting me from home to campus in this difficult weather. And thank you so much. Shukran. Go Blue.
Hello, my name is Sophia Noor. I majored in biology, health, and society. I want to thank God and my friends and family. Go Blue.
Hi, my name is Tanjina. I'm majoring in women and gender studies. I'm thankful for my religion and the WGS department, and my friends that woke me up for 8 a.m. classes because my alarms didn't, and my cousin Nadia, who's not here, but I wouldn't be here I am and who I am without her. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Tom. I'd like to thank all my friends, family, and my dad and my grandma who are here, and all the first generation stories that inspire me to keep going.
Hi, my name is Paige Marsman. I studied psychology, Spanish, and linguistics. I want to thank my lovely family and friends, and I want to thank my mom for being here today. I love you. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Chloe. I study data science. I want to thank my family, my mentors, and my girlfriend for getting me here and encouraging me to dream bigger.
Hi, my name is Jung-hin, and I did my master's in information. I want to thank my parents, my family members, and my friends. And I want to thank the presence of summer in Michigan for something to look forward in the depressing winter months.
Hi, my name is Jada Cunningham. I majored in biopsychology, cognition, and neuroscience on a pre-dental track. And I would first like to thank Jesus Christ because I would not be standing right here if it wasn't for him and my family and friends.
I just want to make an announcement that if there are any graduates that are lingering in the crowd, we're getting close to the end, so please stand and join the line. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Jakaya Mitchell. I majored in psychology on the pre-med track. I'd like to thank God and my family for supporting me.
Hi, my name is Elisa. I studied cognitive science, and I'd like to thank my family, my friends, my dog, and my 2 cats.
Hi, I'm Kai. I study computer science, and I want to thank my friends, their family here for the past few years, and they made my life a lot easier as an international student.
Hi everyone, I'm Kylie. I studied psychology and Native American studies. I would like to thank my family, friends, and the communities that sustained me through this journey.
Hello everyone, my name is Kenneth Bauman. I studied psychology. I would like to thank God, my family, friends, and the University of Michigan cheer team for making me a national champion.
Hi, my name is Estrella Escutia. I'm going to be graduating with my Bachelor of Science in Nursing and a minor of Global Health and Gender and Health Studies. First and foremost, I want to thank God because without His grace, I would not have been able to get through any of the obstacles that college has thrown at me. And quiero agradecerle a mis padres. No sería nada sin ustedes. And to my little sister who came. This is going to be you in a couple years, God willing. And may God bless anyone who gave me a hand throughout the way and my sisters.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Noble. My major is African American Studies, and I would like to thank God and my support system. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Isabel. I majored in psychology and minored in entrepreneurship, and I'd like to thank my friends, my family, and my scholarship, which has allowed me to graduate college debt-free and dream to make my parents proud.
Hi everyone, I'm Brandon Palomino Alonso and I'm graduating with a degree in molecular cellular developmental biology. And I want to thank my family, Layla, G, Luther Bushelley Cooperative, and the Jack Kent Cook Foundation.
Hi, my name is Layla Perez. I majored in biopsychology, cognition, and neuroscience. I'd like to thank my family, Luther Buckley Co-op, the Latinx and transfer community. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Preciosa Paucar. I majored in psychology on the pre-medical track, and I want to thank my grandparents, my mom, and all my friends.
Muy buenas noches. Quiero agradecer a mi familia, a mis amigas y todas las personas que me vieron crecer. Gracias.
Hi, my name is Crystal. I majored in Women and Gender Studies with a minor in Social Medicine and Health. And I would like to thank my mom, who came to a new country to give me a better life, and as well as the rest of my family and friends.
Hi, my name is Angel. I'm majoring in business with a minor in art history, and I'd like to thank my family and the scholarships that have supported me these whole 4 years.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alexi Milliken. I'm graduating with a Master of Public Policy, a certificate in Science and Technology Policy, and a concentration in Public Management. In a little while, my boss, Tara Mollengraf, is going to give a wonderful speech thanking some of the folks who made this event possible, but she is going to forget one person, herself. We can't let that happen, can we? So I want to take a moment to fill that gap. Tara and I have worked together for the past 2 years. In that time, we've collaborated on more than 20 events for the 4,000 students who are proud to call themselves First Gen and Wolverines. Students like me, students like Tara, and students like you. 4 years ago, this institution rejected me. When I got here for my master's degree on a full ride, I was the most scared and excited I've ever been, but mostly scared. My mom asked me in the time that I was here, "Do you need to come home, mija? Are you scared? Do you have people?" And when she asked me that, I thought about Tara. And I said, yes, I do have people. Tara, thank you for being my boss and my mentor. I've learned so much from you. You breathe life into every space that you are a part of. Every table you sit at, you make room. The first thing I noticed about you is that you sign every email signature, first generationally yours. You wear this legacy on your sleeve. It's something that you're proud of, and it makes me feel proud too. I knew it was something I wanted to be a part of. Thank you for letting me be a part of it. Sometimes the journey of being first gen doesn't feel like being the first, because you're the first. It feels like being the only sometimes. Tara, you've reminded me that this is a legacy and that none of us make this journey alone. We do it together. In the past 2 years, I've seen and felt the passion, the planning, the worry, the thoughtfulness, the sacrifice, and the hope that you and all the higher education professionals bring to this work. I want you to know that we, as students, feel the same thing about you. As much hope that you have in us, we have in you. As much faith that you have for us, we have for you. So please thank me and join me in thanking not just Dr. Tara Mollengraf, but everyone in this room who works every single day for access, for opportunity, and for us.
Y'all better make some noise like y'all ain't just walk across the stage, celebrating those seniors, celebrating those stories. Remember to follow Jennifer if you want your lashes done. The cats, the dogs, boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, the cars, the people, Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior, all of those things. There was a very defined theme that I'll pick up on and dovetail on as we conclude. The majority of the students, the majority of you all got up here and talked about what? Who? Your families, specifically your mothers, and don't think that got you out of Mother's Day's gifts. But there was a theme about family that goes against the notion of what and how we define first generation. It's defined industry-wide from a deficit perspective for the most part, about what your family, what we don't have. And I want you to remember today and the feelings that you have, to remember that you have those things already. A lot of those things. They're just different. It may look like running to an interview. It may look like being a national champion. It may look like completing and believing you can complete engineering or any of the STEM or any degree here in general. And most importantly, for you all, that first generation title, that feeling won't go away. How many first generation faculty and staff members are in the building? They still feel those things in different spaces. And so I have a few concluding thoughts. And then we're going to chant together, and I'm going to get you out of here. Does that work? My thoughts are very brief. The first one is to keep your bones strong. She's looking at me like I'm crazy. Just follow me for a minute. Keep your bones strong. Can y'all repeat it? Say, keep your bones strong. Don't look at me like that, Enrique. Don't look at me like that, Zainab. One of my mentors, who's a first-generation president at an institution of higher education, talked about keeping your bones strong. The first bone is your backbone. This is dovetailing off of what Dr. Chavez said earlier. Being principled, being focused, and having something that you stand for. Aiden talked about this too. It's really important to keep your backbone strong. What are the things that are important to you? What are the core values? What is your why? The second bone is your wishbone. You all have talked about it up here, being unrealistically optimistic. There were times where you were like, how am I gonna make this? I don't understand financial aid. As one of the students talked to me about their experience here, she said, it feels like they're speaking in hieroglyphics. I said, man, I get that. She's still, like you all, please still keep your wishbone strong. The world will try to make you feel like you are crazy. All of us are in our own ways. But please keep wishing and hoping and dreaming. The last one, and some would argue, my brother would argue, we argue a lot. Any siblings in the room just argue a lot. We argue about this last one. It's your funny bone. My brother's a comedian. He has all the jokes, especially when I cut my hair. Y'all weren't supposed to laugh at that. But it's really important in these times to stay light and stay encouraged. So as you all venture out of this place, beautiful, brilliant, bold, please remember, as the first scholar to get his PhD from Harvard University years ago talked about when he reflected on his time at Harvard, Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois. Somebody said, how was it at Harvard? I'm sure you enjoyed it. I'm sure they were happy. He said, I assure you that the pleasure was Harvard's. It's important to have humility. It's also important to know that you all have a great sense of ingenuity, innovation, and the grit to get to where you're going to next. So, on the count of 3, those are my concluding remarks. I want us to say, we did it. And I want us to make a little bit of noise because it's really important. Y'all have thanked everybody in here. We did it, all right? There's my alarm. That means I need to get down. And because I can't transition into my favorite song that was gonna get us out of here, I did wanna leave you with a question before we chant. Do you think students who were not first could have done what you did without having your background? Do you think students who are not like you or not like us could have done what you did? Y'all see where I'm going? A year ago, somebody dropped a really important song, and Dr. Chavez, we talked about it last year, and I was like, I'm not gonna do it. But I think it's really important to do it. And I can't cue the song quick enough because I ain't got my Spotify up here, but y'all know what song I'm talking about. Not like us. Look, she would get ready to dun, 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 dun. They not like us. That's so serious though, and it's true. They are not like you, like us. So on the count of 3, we did it, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Does that work? 1, 2, 3. We did it! Congratulations, y'all. Have a great remainder of the evening.